upcoming segment discuss content that is of adult nature. The views and opinions expressed are not that of the SABC and are that of participating contributors and listeners and do not reflect that of the official policy or position of Metro FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, we truly hope that you are ready, you're comfortable wherever you are, you have that cup of coffee, cappuccino, whatever it is. It's time for Ask a Man. We've got Anonymous on the line. Good morning, my queen. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. I know that you were driving. I could hear slightly there before we went on air. Have you stopped safely on the side of the road?
I have.
Okay. Are you sure? I don't hear the hazards
Yeah.
on. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You
I'm
good?
talked. I'm safe.
Perfect. All right, Anonymous, I'm going to read the house rules to you, and then we'll take it away. The Naked DJ is here as well as Somizi. But respect is the foundation of our conversation.
Morning, everyone.
Maintain respectful
How you guys
language.
doing?
Refrain from any swearing or use of profanities.
How
Our
are you
responsibility
guys
to
doing
protect
this
your
morning?
identity, and your responsibility, Anonymous, is to extend the same courtesy to protect the identity of the people or the person you'll be speaking about this morning. Anonymous, if you are in agreement with these terms, please confirm by stating, I agree.
I agree.
All right,
Can y'all
Anonymous,
hear the
we're
radio
listening.
well?
So my situation is I've been with this guy for 2 years now. And then just recently we found it out that I'm pregnant. And yeah, well, I was happy. He was happy-ish, I can say, because it's my first baby and it's his second. So yeah, so I'm still happy about the situation. And then recently, he also lost his job. That was after we found it out that I'm pregnant. So he didn't really lose his job, but his contract was coming to an end at work. So he's no longer employed. And just off recent, he got his payouts, and then he's fine now, comfortable, has a car and everything. And last week we actually separated, I can say, because we got into a little bit of a fight, and then he went home. So since last week, the whole week, and then this week, I've been trying to talk to him to say come back home and stuff so that we can solve everything in every situation. So in fact, as of this morning, he said he doesn't want the relationship anymore because first of all, I'm pregnant, and he never really wanted me to get pregnant because of my mood swings and personality. That's what he says.
Wait, Anonymous,
So-
before you continue, can maybe I missed it in the beginning. Did you say you guys are married? Or did he propose?
No,
Pelobola?
we're not. We're just dating.
You're just dating. You said for how long have you guys been dating for?
2 years.
2 years. Thank you very much. Please continue.
Yeah. So he was saying that because I'm pregnant, he didn't really want a child. And now it's a situation because I'm all moody and stuff and everything, whatever. So it's now a problem for him. And for me, I don't really want to believe that that's the reason, because he didn't have a job. He was stressed, he didn't get his money. And just the day after he got his money, that's when he started changing. That's when he started having a problem with me being pregnant. That's when we started having fights. That's when we started not wanting to be at home, because he used to stay at home. So for Jan and Feb, he was just at home. And then Jan and Feb, he was just at home. And then when he got his money, that's when he started saying, I want to go out and groove. So I was like, but then you can't get me used to a life that I was never used to before. You used to stay at home. And now, because all of a sudden you've received money, you want to go groove, and I'm pregnant, and you're saying to me, no, you can't be going out with me. I'm like, I'm still early in the pregnancy, so I'm not heavily pregnant. So I can still go out with you. I won't be drinking, obviously. I'll just be there, you know. So yeah, that's the situation. So currently he's at home. He says he wants to break up. He doesn't want me anymore because I'm pregnant and I am moody and I'm this and this and this and that.
Does he have kids?
Yeah, she said he's got a kid.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, okay. And how's the relationship with his kid?
Well, he has two. He recognizes one. The other one, he doesn't really say he has a second child. So the other one, they do have a good relationship. Yeah.
So and it's two kids with one mother of the child, or two
different mothers.
Two different mothers.
Wow, anonymous. Anonymous? What a wow.
Yes.
What a
I
wow.
know.
Why what a wow?
But then-
I'm not here, I know.
When I check notice when.
How?
Okay.
Yeah.
Go by devil's advocate.
And the funny thing
Go by
is-
devil.
She
All
says the
these
funny
kids
thing
are
is,
firstborns.
all
It's
these.
firstborns everywhere.
So when I want to see, okay, this Janae is not working. This Mary is not working. Let me create a Destiny's Child. How is
Well, we were talking about marriage. We were talking about.
We were talking.
Like everything was just, you know.
So you
I
guys
was
were
the one.
talking.
I was the
You
one.
You as if you're the one, and you guys were genuinely in love, man. Like,
Yeah.
And
I'd say yeah. Even though we had our ups and downs.
Yeah, yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
But yeah.
so you think the other two he was just passing by, gave them a high five, and they had children?
I don't know.
Go back again.
I don't know.
okay, so Anonymous, what is the advice that you need here from Sumizi and the Naked DJ?
I guess I want advice as to whether I should just give up and let him be and live that bachelor life he wants to live, or I should sit down with him and talk to him and maybe try and resolve this whole thing. Because to him, his reasons that I'm pregnant and I'm moody, maybe, I don't know, go for counseling for that, but I don't think we can ever go to counseling just because I'm pregnant. So I just need advice as to whether I should leave and be a single mom, or I should try and talk to him because we already had plans for the future. In fact, we're even looking at houses to stay. In fact, we're looking to move out and find another place because we're going to have a child. So we already had like future plans even for the child as well.
How old are you, Anonymous?
29.
Okay.
Where did you say he's staying right now?
With his parents.
He's staying with his parents, and you currently living on your own place.
Well, our place.
Okay, and if you get a home and plan a future with this man, how do you plan on being a co-parent to all the other kids? Have you spoken about it?
The other one, the one child, he said, so I do have a relationship with him. The other one, he doesn't really have a relationship with, so we barely even talk about the child.
Ish. And you that. You,
I would ask, I would suggest things like maintain and do this and, you know, like just those small things.
and what is his
But,
attitude?
well, yeah, he's told me their past and whatever, like the things that have happened between the two of them and the reason why he's not doing
No, we're
those
talking
things.
about the
So-
child, babe.
Yeah, I'm saying I've said he should do that. He should maintain and just try
Yes,
and
we
be
heard
there.
that
But
part.
then,
But
yeah, apparently the mother doesn't want him to be in the child's life.
Apparently, you have not made sure.
And then so that's it. There's no effort from his side because the mom has said he doesn't
know,
want
there's
him in
no-
the life. Okay. And then so that leaves the other child. What are the plans? How will you guys co-parent?
The other child, his other child,
Of course.
yeah, he would go fetch him, bring him over. I stay with him. I mean, we all stay together at the house and then take him back to his mom, pay maintenance. Like, we'll do all those things. The other child is very present. The other child lives me as well.
It's we do all those things. We're
Yes,
preparing
we
you
do.
now. Yes.
Well, we do all those things. Yeah, we fetch the child visits. Yeah.
Okay, Anonymous, I'm going to stop you right there. I've got the news headlines. We'll come back. Please don't drop the line, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
SABC News.
Liro nyapapa buya mfethu. Buya. Bengayaphi moya encane. Morning everyone. My name is KG, Makoya Rundown. And we are here 10:20, Monday to Friday, listening to Ask a Man. We weigh in on the issues. And then we have our own very segment, Talk to Me in Dwana, around 11:30. So if you're joining us for the first time, stick around. And pretty much sure you won't regret it. And for those who followed us today, thank you kindly. Remember, We need to get to 50K, guys. Let's go. Otherwise, not get only mute. Thank you for the follow, Becca Lady or Biker Lady. My apologies.
For 2 years, and she
Recap.
recently found out that she's pregnant. However, shortly after that, Anonymous' partner lost his job, and it brought strain onto the relationship, especially because they are expecting. Anonymous says things were fairly fine. However, when Anonymous' partner received his severance pay, he started acting weird, and they fought about his, partying, which led to him moving out and living now with his parents. Anonymous says he now wants to break up and says he can't be with her anymore. Anonymous is not sure whether she should fight for this relationship, especially because they are expecting. Anonymous, we on the same page?
Yeah.
All right.
So, Anonymous,
Yes, hi.
what were the reasons he broke up with the other baby mamas?
The first one, apparently it wasn't a relationship. It was like a one-night stand type of situation. That's what I'm told. And then the second one, she was like a spiritual person. So he ended up not liking that about her.
And then now, why doesn't he like you?
Because I am pregnant and I'm...
Moody.
Yo, and Anonymous,
and
you just want
I
this,
have a personality that he can't stand anymore.
and you just want this child in your life, ne? And I'm not
Yeah,
talking about your
yeah,
pregnancy.
no.
I'm talking about your man.
Yeah.
Wait.
Because to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, we're fine. And even after he lost his job, we're fine. And then now, things are like he's bringing everything to say, yeah, on this day,
Both
this
are
is what you
fake.
said to me. On that day, this is what you said to me. I'm like, but why are you bringing everything now? Why couldn't you bring that while you were unemployed to show that you're no longer happy? Why is it now that you have money and you're telling me all these things and you want to leave the relationship?
Okay, just one last question from my side.
Okay.
The other baby mama said she doesn't want him in the baby's life.
Yeah,
What was the reason?
I do not know.
Okay. And you are comfortable with not knowing? Gumnandi nje.
I've tried to ask, but
Tried.
Ayo,
ne?
Buzabani.
yeah.
Tried. Was this before or after you had unprotected sex with him?
Mketi.
In the first 1 year.
And you were trying just the whole year. You were trying like.
Yeah, I would bring up like the conversation. I wouldn't want to talk about her. Sometimes we'd even end up
you
arguing
are
about
a
her.
red flag, Anonymous. You are a big red flag.
Okay.
Anonza is 29. Noms.
Naked finishes me, he goes one last question and then he asks me, and then he goes, but
Yeah,
wounds and
it makes me so bad.
and then what he and then why
Sorry,
question-
Anonymous, when
my
you're
what?
saying that now, you feel so bad.
No, I'm saying he makes me feel bad.
Oh,
for-
naked makes you feel bad.
Yes.
And then
But
your man.
to be honest, as you should.
But Anonza.
As you should, Anwanza. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Anwanza, do you work?
Yes, I do.
You have a job, like you are a qualified somebody.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, it's true when they say certain things, they don't have education or status or money. And you are one of the proof of that. Because, Anonymous, here's a guy that you think for 2 years that has 2 children with 2 different baby mamas. And he's not supporting the other. And you know about it. It's not like it's a secret. He doesn't have a relationship with the other. And you know that. It's not a secret. He says the other one was a one-night stand. So that dismisses the presence of the child just because it was one-night stand. There's a child there involved, a human being, a full-bodied human being.
The child that's a one-night stand is the child that I have a relationship with.
It does, yeah. Okay. And then the other one, the first one, that doesn't support.
That's the first one.
Yes.
The first one is the one-night stand. Yeah.
Oksala, there's a child that he does not have a relationship with. And
Yeah,
you know about it. You know, Anonymous, you know about it, Anonymous. You know that he's got two children.
It's amazing. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. If someone, you try to speak to them and they're like, oh no, and then you guys end up arguing about that, I don't think you should push them. You can
Yes,
try to
don't
talk
push
to
them, Anonymous.
Push yourself.
Use a condom. Anonymous, don't push them. You can be. Don't make me sound like a villain when it's my tone. Don't make me sound like a villain. It's my tone. It's fine. Relax. So, Anonymous, all I'm saying, I'm not gonna tell you what I want you to hear. I'm gonna tell you what I think you should have done, but it's we've crossed that line. But I'm just saying, now, Anonymous, there's people that are listening to your story right now, and they're saying it will never be me, but they will carry on to the same things, Anonymous.
Sure.
So now and you still want to have a relationship with somebody who shows you he does not value you. This guy, he's doing exactly the same thing that broke him up with the two ladies to you, but when you still, it's still not making sense to you. This guy has money, he decides to go spend it elsewhere, not with you, and not investing, not buying nappies, not securing medical aid for the child and for yourself, and becoming the father that he's supposed to be. He is becoming the absent father that he is to the other two children. So what you do right now, stop chasing where you are not being chased. Stop it. Now what you do, you are putting your pieces together. You are saying, okay, I messed up here, but there's this very important occasion that is about to happen to me in the next few months. Instead of being in the moment of being pregnant and saying, with or without him, I'm not going to rob this child inside me the joy of being inside me. You are focusing on chasing this guy who might not be even coming back. At this point, it does not matter what this guy says or does. Focus on the way forward for yourself, for your health, for your sanity, for your mental health, for your finances, for the sake of the child. Be in the moment of the pregnancy. It's your first child, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Be in the moment. You don't want to look back and go, my pregnancy was a mess because of Spio. Spio who's not there or who's going to be there. Be in the moment. And you are lucky enough to be in a position where you can financially support yourself. There are women in far worse positions that are forced to stay in relationships because they have no means. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So focus on yourself and have a healthy baby and move forward. You are not the first woman to be a single mother, and you're not the first woman to be a single mother that is successful in raising a child. Whether this or not, and when it comes back is a whole man, it's irrelevant right now.
Anonymous, just one last question from me.
I hope you don't make me feel
Yeah,
bad.
grill him, Anonymous. Tell him.
No, Mina, Anonymous, I understand, like Somizi said, you're pregnant right now and we have to enjoy this time, you know? Anonymous, why was it hilarious to you that he's just got firstborns?
No, it's something that I'm realizing now. Nothing is going around.
You're only realizing it now.
Would use fresh something and then, that you fall pregnant and then I'm gone and looks for fresh something again.
Was this baby planned?
Good question.
Yes.
Huh?
You guys planned.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
So he's bailing out on her, literally, because, like as Anonymous
Yeah.
said, now it's the first time I'm hearing that this play was planned. So you were played, literally, and yeah, ask this. I'm sorry, ask this.
Yeah. But you're gonna be good. You've got this. You've got your job. You've got a good head on your shoulders, and you know that he's not really coming back. His modus operandi. This is not new to you. This is who he is. This is what he is. And you will not be the last woman to bear one of his firstborns. But it'll be okay, Anonymous. Angish?
Yeah.
Are the other kids boys or girls?
Girl and the boy.
Okay. Right. No, it's relax. Shame. Yeah, and I, now that I've calmed down,
Thank goodness
I-
you calmed down.
You know what? Before you finish, can I just pay the bills now so you can calm down a bit further?
thank you.
Sure.
At Boston City Campus, we'll...
Guys, I'm gonna promise how you're gonna continue tapping now that I brought the comments back. Nah? Let's not forget. How Baguette, thank you for sharing. Thank you for thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming through. We are Makoya Rundown here Monday to Friday, 10:20. We listen to Ask a Man. We weigh in on the issues. We have our own segment, Talk to Me Ndwana. And today we are dealing with another one. Hey, hi guys. I don't know. Thank you, Kuto. Oh, that's a nice way to write your name, QT. Alrighty. Yo, guys. By the way, my name is KG. I don't think I introduced myself. Let's go. We're trying to get to 50K before the studio session is over. You guys did well. Literally, you moved from 10K to 23K in less than 3 minutes, or was that 5 minutes? So you guys can do this thing. You see, the right. Let's go.
And the Naked DJ on Metro FM.
Anonymous?
Hi.
Okay, I just wanted to at least end off on somewhat a better note. I don't know, man. Naked, yes?
Okay, I have one last question.
Yeah,
So, Anonymous, how was this baby planned? Like, take us through the intricate details. Don't leave anything out. Who suggested it? Who agreed? And yeah, tell us about this planning.
Okay, so obviously I
It's not
didn't have
obvious.
a child, or I don't. I can say I don't know. Yeah, but I always wanted one, and then we would talk about
Okay,
it, and I'll
Rosetta.
tell him that I wanted a child, and he would say, well, if I could bring him a girl, because maybe the other child, it wasn't a girl, was a girl, and he never really got to be a father to her.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't show interest of not wanting to have a child. He would even say it sometimes that I would love to have a family with you. You're a good mom. I'm seeing you around my son. Those type of things. We went as far as starting to save for the child. As soon as we found out that I'm pregnant, started saving so that everything is just catered for the child when he or she gets here.
Okay. If that's your type of planning, it's fine. Yes. But all I'm sensing is that you wanted this more than he did.
Yeah, I did want a child more. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, then
So
congratulations.
have the child. Congrats, guys. Some welcome, our Shebes.
What?
Anonymous, you see, now, don't forget what you wanted. Don't forget the original plan. Focus on the original plan. You can make an amazing mother. Uyangizwa?
Yes.
Yes, my love. So manje senzani? Indlela yaphambili, sibheka phambili. We are focusing forward. Forget ulokhuzana.
It's a lot, precious.
Uskomo le move. Sibheke ushebe manje. Ne? Siyabangena girl. And once the child is born, please call us and let us know. We want to sing happy one day to him or her.
Okay.
Ne?
Okay.
Ukhohlwa amadoda for now.
Yeah, no, I've learned.
Yeah, forget amadoda. Yeah.
You've learned just from one guy. And the guy didn't do anything to you. Anonymous, you got everything you wished for. So why is the man to blame? The man is not to blame. Anonymous, like Somizi said, your dreams came true. What you wished for came true. So it doesn't mean now go to, hey, men are trash. How a man trash once?
Happy ending.
Aye.
We were doing okay.
No, but
we are tired of happy
no,
ending.
all I'm saying is, why is it the man's fault?
Ungadefend
When
amadoda.
she, no,
I
no,
didn't
guys.
want
she's
my
trying to
child
answer.
to grow up without a father. That's one thing I didn't plan for.
And
I did want a child, yes. But
Reasonably so.
I don't want my child to grow up without a
without a
father.
father. Understandably so, Anonymous. Understandably
Yes.
so. That's a valid point. Maramato Maushis.
No. But if you don't want then your planning was faulty from the get-go. You planned a baby before everything else. Before this guy even moved out of his mother's house.
No.
Anonymous, wait. You are having unprotected sex with a man that lives at his mother's house. And
No,
you are saying
They were living together.
but he's back at the mother's house.
Yeah, but originally they were living together. It's not like he was living in
Please
his mother's
ask
house.
whose
when
house
they
is
were
it?
pregnant. It doesn't
Whose
matter.
house
I
is
don't
it?
believe too
In fact,
judgmental.
we moved from one place to another.
Exactly. Kusho umuntu ohlala nomuntu bangashadanga.
But you were paying the bills, ma'am.
Thank you, Anonymous. See fine. And what happened to abantu bayashadwa before baphuma. I love how he looks at me.
Are you done naked?
I have one more question.
Hi. Anonymous,
Yes.
thank you so much for calling in to Ask a Man. We truly appreciate you.
Oh my
Wishing you all
god.
the
Thank
best,
you,
man.
They're
guys.
about to
Also,
play a
thank you for your
song.
time.
Thank you, baby.
Much love. All right, give us a call 086 000 2160. What advice do you have for Anonymous?
DJ never disappoints. Wow. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. We are at it again. We are at it again. We are around. We are here Monday to Friday, 20 past 10. We listen to Ask a Man, and we went on the issues, and we have our own segment, Talk to Me Ntwana, around 11:30, where we now talk about our issues, issues that make us happy, that brings us joy, that help us grow, that make us better people. So stick around and join in. And remember, we have very simple rules. We respect each other. You don't speak over anyone. You don't attack anyone. You can nicely disagree with someone without attacking who they are and whatever their stance point or how they think or whatever the case may be. Disagree with what needs to be disagreed with, agree with what needs to be agreed with, and we move swiftly. And Leroy, do we have the disclaimer there, guy?
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the individuals participating in the do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast host or any affiliated organization. Listener discretion is advised.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So remember the comments here, views are of the listeners and the participants. They're just contributing. They do not belong to Makaya Rundown or anything of that nature. So, guys, we are here once again. Leroy, do you wanna go off, guy?
Hey, Mfana. Bona, what's again? As in, like, first things first, fam. How are you, fam?
I'm recovering, dog. I'm alright.
That's great, man.
There.
That's great, man.
I'm getting the energy coming back.
That's great, man. Because we are both recovering, actually. Because, hey, guys, you know, and it's like this season is very dizzy for us, man. But yeah, man. Jumuna Nonza, you know, and she literally played herself, Joe. She played herself very dirty right there, my bro. But again, okay now, and sharp, like, the first thing, like, was this guy has two more baby mamas, nah? Sharp, as in like number one, number two. The reason why he broke up with them, like one is too spiritually, the one is okay, sharp, like two something. I don't know. So I'm like, okay, Marwena, you won't have barking child like with him. Nefoot sharp. He got his lump sums he barking kind like last year. Then he moved to Jigijiga Chencha, and then he moved to move out. Still, you want to have a child with this guy. Happy, you wanted the baby more than him. He blatantly showed you that, like, harder. Still, you want to, and hey, baby, and like, let's actually like speak about this. We planned this. You planned this, then you made him. Barakikan, you made him believe that he wanted this too. While you saw Hore, he is not the one, Mari. You were too barking. She was too desperate, Hore no had like barking, hey, balloons crowd clock or someone, hey, motwaka ki hey. So I know she was lying to herself actually. She got it. She was convincing like herself that he is the one. She was ignoring the whole list, hoping. Marhape, I'm a kind of okay, as in like just kind of okay. I really get her more like she's being hopeful and happy, like she's making the effort, so which is a very good quality actually. Mari, you're pouring water on potholes. There are no plants there, Lala. So and like you are basically baby mama number 3 now. So when I just make a co-parenting plan, you move on, because I mean like she wanted the child actually more than the guy. So what? Hey man, I failed. Sorry, but askis.
Hi. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Lee. Thanks a lot. I'm still baffled by this. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Sis Noms, must I skip you or you're coming in?
I'm gonna get this number so busy.
She did give a disclaimer earlier on, Kuti. This is not worth her missing work. So
Oh wow, okay. All right.
so yeah, that's why I asked her, must I skip her or not? So you see, but she will come through later. It's fine. And Maya Tusi, how are you, Mama? I think I'm seeing you for the first time on the panel. You can unmute. Unmute, please. Yes, come through.
Hi guys, hi.
How you
Yes, I'm
doing?
fine. Thanks. How are you guys?
Good. Continue.
Thank you. Well, it's my first time to see the live and I enjoyed it. I just thought, let me say a few things.
Much appreciated.
Okay, I don't really have much to say, but I just want to say this is especially to Tina Bantu Besifazana. Let us stop lying to ourselves, guys. Asisijeleni iqiniso. Sometimes you just need to be brutally honest with yourself. I mean, the signs are there. Yonke into iyabonakala, so we just need to be brutally honest with ourselves. I know mom umuntu, sometimes you just want to make excuses for them and you believe ukuthi you know what mina ngizomshintsha, but honestly umuntu makutshengisa kayi-1 ukuthi uwubani, some mistakes are not worth ukuthi angazi. So it just really breaks my heart ukuthi we're not honest to ourselves enough ukuthi zijele iqiniso. That's all I'm saying, ukuthi let us stop lying to ourselves. Let us stop lying to ourselves, guys. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Stick around. Kindly meet again so that you can weigh in as we continue with the conversation. All right. Thank you. Rose, how are you doing, Mama?
Morning.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm umuntu afuna advice zomnikeza how even though uyahleka asiyaphambili, you know. Hawu. So for Anonza
Uh-huh.
the funny part when it comes to the the kids thing, a man can be honest with you to tell you ukuthi mina ngithanda umuntu onabantwana. Mara as for us women, when a man comes nabantwana, we want to prove a point ukuthi I want to be the best mother. Who told you the previous ones were failing? Because Anonza masimulalela istory sakhe lesi. Uthe yena when umntana angivakashela, the guy always says ukuthi mina she's a good mother. Oh, that was a trap in the first place. Yena sekacabanga ukuthi makazoba nomntwana wakhe uzomthanda ukudlula umunye umuntu. Guys, there's no such a thing like that. Umuntu that's why they say look at the person ukuthi uhlala kanjani with abanye abantu before you decide to go in a relationship with them. Not to say ukuthi umuntu ungena ku relationship wena so ufuna ukuba umprofita ukuthi hayi by fire by force mina zomthandazela ngizomfastela uzochange. Hey wena, you are not God though. Uzothandaza until you reach the age of 80. Ubhizi uthandaza lo mthandazo ungaphenduli because you are not the one who's supposed to change that person. Awushiye lo muntu osekayagula vele nje. His time to heal is not yet here. Fana nomuntu use ICU. How can you say ukuthi I want this person to be healed today? Use ICU. What if God says ukuthi this person is to come out after years? My dear, this relationship is in ICU. Thatha umntanakho uhlale naye uyabona nice part uthe yena umama wo firstborn waze wathi yena akafuni ukuthi ubaba wakhona abone umntanakhe. Nawe yenza the same thing, unemali zakho, uzinjoyele kuba a single mother. Yes, it's painful being a single mother vele. No one wants to be a single mother, but you have to take a decision vele because yeah, uzohlalela lapho uthini. Now lo mntana khona uzokhula uthe she then said to a part uthe yena I'm scared ukuthi umntana uzokhula angana baba. It's scary, but you have to face it as it is nje ukuthi it is what it is. Thank you.
I hear you, Sister Serge, what are you saying, sir? Fasting will help, but again, they do not fast. They are busy, Serge. Badlala kameli. They want to. Oh, wow. Rosa, you came fire blazing. Yo, who said the other baby mamas were not good mothers? Ay! Mangingai mosh. Presh, come through, mama. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks. How are you?
I'm surviving.
Anonza must stay with her man. She stayed for 2 years. She ignored all the red flags. She must continue to ignore the red flags. In fact, njengoba ahambile, he's just going through a stage uzobuya. So she must begezela and stick around indoda yakhe izoza. And then umntanakhe asazi ukuthi bazom-accepta or angeke bam-accepte or bazom-acknowledge. Mara akahlale ugirl ancenge indoda yakhe because I don't understand what sane woman in her right mind will opt for the option of being a single mother. Like I don't get it. I respect women who do so. If it's what you want, please go ahead. But personally, I think about it and I'm just like kanjani ngibe single mother ngizokwenza njani like iyakhala lengane bese imina hayibo cabanga uyakhala lo mntana ebusuku ngo1 ubaba khona akekho I would just perish because what are we doing? Like no. But anyway, I wanted to talk about something and this is the opportune moment. I won't get another moment. So on social media, there's this thing, as a woman, you must have a baby for yourself. Like you must have a baby when you want to have the baby. And this applies to both single, relationshiping and married women, right? So, Batsy, you must have the baby when you want to have the baby because it's not guaranteed that the man will stick around, right? And a lot of women are jumping on this train, and it's a very popular thing, and like it's a thing even in marriages, yabo. And for somebody who is unmarried and without a child, it's like so like it's scary for me because like are we then saying that as a society we have accepted that men will not be a part of their kids' lives and we're okay with that? And that we are now saying women must always be prepared to be single mothers regardless of the dynamics. Because I would have thought in a marriage, you can't be a single mother. Kaloku, we are married, right? But now I'm learning that actually, even in marriage, there are single mothers, which is mind-boggling to me because where is this husband who came and brought his stupid cows to my mother's house and now just absconded and opted out of being a dad? Like, I don't understand why men get off so easily in society, particularly where fathering kids is concerned. Like, it's almost like we expect the man to be a deadbeat, and like when he's not a deadbeat, we clap for him and celebrate him so much as if he's doing something that is foreign. And I feel like as a society, is that really what we want to do? Like, we really want to accept that kids are just going to be with our dads. And I know that as a woman, I can't preempt it. I have no idea. Uguti, if I had a baby, Ubaba would stick around. I don't know. Like I'm not Major One. I can't tell you, Uguti, I'm looking into the future, and I can't. Major One must come and tell me. But and also like women will say, but men are not written on their foreheads ukuthi bazoba ngama deadbeats. They are not written on their foreheads that they're not gonna show up for the baby and stuff. But okay, so what's our solution then as women? Like, what do we just not have kids at all? Do we like wait until we're married? Do we like what is the solution? Because like you're saying, I must just prepare to be alone when I never made the offspring on my own. That's hard for me, guys, and maybe we can chat about it or not, but I just wanted to like express it. Like, that's a difficult thought for me, and I don't wish it on anyone because I can't imagine what it is to raise a child on your own daily, 7 days a week. Yo.
Maybe Sis Nums has an answer for you, okay, as Sis Nums come through.
Yo, Sanbona.
How are you, Mama?
Am I audible?
Very audible.
My network is a bit shaky.
Yes, but continue, we can hear you.
But, Presh. Yes, Presh, honestly speaking, 2024, we've preached into you to protect yourselves from harm, whether it be emotional, physical, or whatever. Because now we can't be blaming these heartless people. Sometimes they show you signs like me. I'm a mom throughout. Like I love kids, and then I meet a Sekgothudi who says kids are noisy, kids are messy, and then I have 2 whole kids. Like, dude, you are not my type. You can never be my type because as much as you want cleanliness, I can't bring cleanliness to you because I'm a mom. Gwamina nje, I can't be that clean because I've got kids. My car will be messy, my house will be somehow. Nini, they will even give you the wrong bag. You find yourself without a purse. Bring my bag, I'm quickly leaving. It's just how it is. And you meet a heartless person who only pays attention to one child, ignores the other because of petty reasons, and you continue and you bear a child with that person. Is it not you being a reckless child? Is it not you being irresponsible with your heart and your child because you have been irresponsible with your child who is now biologically connected to a very heartless person who does not care? You don't like, the signs have always been there. I did not want to comment about this issue Anonza, but what I'm saying is you've asked a very important question, and now I'm asking you, when the signs are there of somebody being heartless, do you continue and bear children with them? It's very painful for those who did not see any signs, those who did not know. You find a man, he loves his kids wholeheartedly, you think he's a dead material, next thing he ignores your child. You become very shocked because, wow, I did not expect this. But from a young man who fathered 2 kids biologically, who takes his severance package and goes spends it on the streets, absconds from your wherever living arrangements, wherever you lived, and then goes back home just so he can squander. Presh, please. We can't be fasting for you, my dear, if you act like that. What we can only do is continue being a mother, soldier on. We will celebrate you on Mother's Day, but you've conquered in recklessness. I don't want to lie. Like, there are men who will shock you, and there are men who are showing you, Guti, I'm this kind of heartless person. Take me as I am. Please. Presh, the responsibility, my dear. Be responsible with yourself, because you are going to get hurt. You are going to be raising a very hurt child who's being ignored. And that's a very painful fact that it destroys a child being ignored. And this is what is going to happen to this one. So,
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sis Noms. Thank you so much. I think my biggest worry with Anonza was I don't it's tricky. Like, I want to say that her thought process is flawed, but also she has demonstrated she's able to think and do things a certain way, but angazi ukuthi uhlolo implementation, or she can't run the equation of, if this is like this, therefore this cannot be, which means this can be. Because I think that's also very much needed, both sides, male and female, for you to do those assessments. And I think she has failed. And I would go as far as saying, women, be very clear for yourself. And as what Sis Noms was talking about, to protect yourself, be very clear about what you're going to stand for. If you know you want to get married, if you know you want to have kids, do not be fooled by mere words. Words need to be coupled with action. It can't be that we are only talking words. More homes were built with action than words. So words can never really build a home to an extent where it can stand fully. There needs to be action that goes with it. So someone says to you, brushes you nicely, oh, I see how you're being a mother to my child, and things like that, you'd be a great mother and whatnot. All of these are great. These are confident boosting things, and we need to address these, or rather even to receive these things as human beings, to be boosted and, be told that, no, this is great, this is wonderful, this is this. And but the issue is, know what you need to stand for. Like, let someone support what they are saying with actions. And in the case of Anonzo, you have said it, that she failed just from the onset, I believe, of the relationship, because she got to know Guti, baby boy has 2 kids. He's not recognizing one. You don't even know whether it is a case of, whether this is a case of you, we don't know whether is it a paternity issue. You don't even go to an extent of trying to find this woman and find out what's happening, because it is the people who have had an experience of this person of yours that will tell you what they are. Yes, people can change, but we need to see evidence of this change. If indeed he has changed from the first baby mama, because she said the one night stand child is the one who he has a relationship with. We don't know if the one night stand came first or not. I think that's something that was not clear. But nonetheless, you just see these things and you don't do your due diligence over someone who's saying, we're going to build together, we're going to do this and whatnot. So in these conversations where this child was planned, so was there no marriage on the cards? And if you're going to do the concept of no marriage, life partner situations, then there's the thing where you need to accept that you are you don't have much of a security and commitment that it is. And for me, I find it funny that you would want to commit to me in a non-marriage context. If you can commit, what is difficult about committing contractually? And if it's contractual, there are many contracts that exist in marriage where we can make sure that your way is done. So there's really no excuse for me, on my point of view, why you would be fine with wanting to be committed with someone, life partner, yet there will not be any form of marriage. You know, what is the issue? Ask the question, why do you have an issue with marriage? What is it about marriage that, I don't know, makes you don't even want to go into it? Let's deal with those issues. You'd find that it has nothing to do with the institution of marriage itself. It could be an experience, it could be a lie that someone was told by people they roll around with, or it could have been a conditioning and things like that. And those things can be changed. So, ladies, let's do it. It is very unfortunate that it has now become your responsibility to go to this extent of vetting people, but you need to vet. You need to make sure whom are you getting yourself attached with. And the notion of, I want to have a child, it does not matter who I have the child with, whether I will raise the child alone and what of that. Very, 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 very weird concept for me. I don't know whether there are people who want to have kids out there, men who want to have kids, and I believe men who are willing to take care of those kids and be, fathers to these kids. Find that person, and also we need to be clear on how is it that you are so steadfast on wanting to have a child by yourself. Where is that coming from? Because ideally, and in the past, we have seen that a child is raised by a community. Child cannot be raised alone. So what is it in you that makes you want to have a child regardless of the community? And I want to know, what is it that, and have you interrogated that? Because that can also be coming from something else. It could be some form of a trauma. It could be something that we don't know, but is there an issue there that you need to deal with? Is it about you wanting to have a child and not so much about the child you're bringing to this world, who's going to be there without a father, without a community? And we have expressed this many times, that yes, a father figure does not only have to be the biological father. It can be an uncle, can be a brother and whatnot of that. Unless you say to us that, yes, you have talked to your brothers, you are fortunate to have 2 or 3 brothers who say it's okay, this child of yours that you can have by yourself, I will be the father, we will take care, we will be, maybe that's it is. And if that agrees with your culture and that agrees with your spiritual beliefs, perhaps we can't say much about that. But when you don't have any kind of support, guys, let me tool. Someone who wants to speak first, kindly. Oh wait, let me see. I think I have someone on the someone who's new on the comments. Let's give them the opportunity to come through, and then you guys can comment after they come through. Network, hi Olarato. Olerato.
No, I don't want to comment. I'm sorry. I was requesting just to be in. No, I'm not commenting on anything. I'm just listening. Thank you.
Okay, you can listen in the comments. You don't need to be on the panel.
Oh,
We
yeah.
open the panel for people to comment. But I believe you have a comment. What do you think of the story? Did you listen to it?
Unfortunately, I did not. I just got in here and I saw this is kind of interesting and I was trying to just listen. I'm still trying to figure out what is actually
Not
being
a
discussed.
problem. Stick around.
Thank
Stick
you.
around. It's gonna be fire. Maybe we will give a bit of a background on what we're talking about. Ooh, but it's already 17 past. But stick around. Just mute your mic. Oh, now rather, let me remove you.
Yes,
But
please.
be in the comments, and then you will pick up. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you kindly. So, guys, anyone who wants to come through, you can. Oh, there's Auntie Subs. Subs, come through.
Good morning, guys. I'm so happy to. How are you doing, KG? How are you feeling?
I'm getting there. I'm at 80, 85. I'm getting there. Thank you kindly.
Okay. Wait again. I have been there before, and I think honestly, people's reasons are different. So as you all know, that I had a car accident in 2018. I had a car accident and it was bad. And the doctors told me that I don't have chances of bearing children anymore because my womb moved from its original location. And let me tell you that sometimes I get crazy days where it's acting up. Like I can feel my womb when I walk, I can feel it bouncing up and down. Like it's the most craziest thing. And you must know that day I can't walk properly, even sitting is a problem. If a dog came on that day, I would never run because I wouldn't be able to. So yeah, long story cut short, I was told that I will not be able to conceive or bear children for the longest, or holding one for long because my womb is not strong enough. My network is everything.
Continue.
Sorry, yeah, my network is everything. Yeah, so they said that my womb was not strong enough. And then, they said also my back, because I hurt my back will fail me, because when you're a woman and you carry a child, your child with your back, so my back would fail me, and as older as I get, it'll become worse. So, guys, if you knew me before Timologo, I adore babies. Like, I adore kids. And I was literally like, Mudimo, out of everything that you can deprive me of, don't deprive ngwana. Like, how? So for me, it was the biggest thing. And I got to a point where I was now getting into my late 20s, going to 30. And I was like, shame. Right now, whether I can date someone and that person can vanish, I cannot, as long as I can have one, because my biggest thing now was having one. And I sat down with my therapist and we spoke about it, and I said to her, as much as it sounds like I'm selfish, it's about myself, but I will make sure that child never feels a gap. I myself, I have 17 fathers, and at some point I didn't know who my biological father was because, but I've got brothers and I've got brother-in-laws. As it is, Timologo's dad is very much present. But Utimologo nabo baba baning. From my guy friends, from my brothers, like I said, and from my older sisters are married, and from their husbands, So I've always known that from that end, it'll never be a problem. Like, it won't be a problem. So having a child for me at some point was like, hey, right now, can I just mudimu? Like, more than anything, that used to be my prayer. I was like, God, I'm not asking for too much. I'm just asking for one. And even from growing up, I've always been saying that I want one. I'm not greedy, guys. I'm not out here trying to have 4 kids. I'm not greedy. Can I just literally have one? And, even though she was unplanned, Mudimu granted me, even though doctors said to me, I can never conceive, but she's turning 3 on Saturday, and Mudimu is the boss, guys. So yeah, that was my reason for saying that even if the dad can vanish and I can raise her alone, I am still fine, because I was desperate for a child before I can even get to my 30s, and I literally had her when I was 30.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Saps, for that. And and this is your experience, and I'm not responding to that particular experience. But I'll also weigh in onto this thing, and just as a reminder, I think it's almost common thing or some form of a common reaction to us human beings, particularly if you have some form of belief in God, that when trouble comes, we either forget that there's God, or we I don't know, the situation become too big for us, that we the first resort is we go into I need to do it by myself. But in situations like these, this is where you need to, I believe, for me, and I've thought about this thing myself, because I try, and even if I'm not in the situation, I try and put myself in such a thing and ask myself those questions. What would I do? There is, and I'm just gonna allow me to use your situation, Sabs, just to show is it the irony? I think it is irony. Oh, the thing where now in yourself you were like, okay, I need to have this child because of what the doctors have told me. Yet we know that ngwana o tswa ko Modimo. So instead of saying, God, you can do your own miracles, you go ahead and have this child, even though we know that God can do miracles. What is it that we don't then go and say, I'm trusting that even if the doctors are saying this, God can still do it? Because we have ample stories of people whose wombs were taken out, but for whatever reason, they managed to have kids. We have instances of people who have never. So there's this amount of fear that we allow to engulf us, that we forget that there's some level of supernatural things that happen. And for a child to just be conceived, guys, how does it make sense that a child can only be conceived in the upper third of the fallopian tube, but our biology can tell us that cannot be measured by anyone. Yes, le matsatsi and all of these things, but that precision doesn't just happen, guys. So I think sometimes we get too overwhelmed that we forget hore there is a supernatural element that it can be at play if you allow it to be at play, and we need to trust in that hore it can be possible for me. And I think it has been shown a lot that when you believe in something and you hold on to it, there is always a reward, guys. Lehanaga 50K le ha ntse ke timile di-comments kore le re next o ene o tla tepona. In any case, we have 5 minutes to stretch this one. You can raise your hand or you can unmute if you want to weigh in on this thing before we close it. Thank you,
So
Leroy.
yeah, so yeah, again, as in like like my comment then, and like this really disturbed me. As in like people treat having children, as if like the phone or get a laptop, or and like they're ignoring Joe, as in like this is as in beyond having as in like ngwana fela nje, bro, like there are supernatural things, Baraking, like you said, bro, like this is beyond just more to fail. So now there's a lot of like responsibilities, and as in like spiritually, materially to it, bruh. So it's like let's be very mindful, as in like before we are too um like selfish or no, like me, I just want a child, right? Isn't like think about it deeper actually, no, than just the joy of okay, I wanna give you delay rebonding sessions, I mean, come on, guys. But yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Lee. Thank you so much. Come through, subs.
Yo, wait a minute. I completely agree with Lily because let me tell you, we are out there and asking for God for bana and you know, and our friends throw us these crazy massive baby showers and all of that. And I think the worst thing is when the child comes and you see a person raising the kid and you just like, can't why na batla ngwana?" You know? Because now I've seen a lot of that around me, and as much as Timoloko came he or she came at a very unexpected time. So what I did as soon as the day the doctor confirmed, Hori, yes, indeed I was pregnant, because I was, guys, I was precious. I was dululu. I was like, no, I'm bloated. I need to clean my stomach. I need to take a poo. Like, it was the most ridiculous thing, but I did not think that I was pregnant. So what I did when Ali was, guys, I used to pray and I said, okay, I've prayed for this gift and you have now granted me this gift. So now like the strength and the wisdom to raise this child, because I've never been a mother before. How precious and how KG, how they are raising their kids will not necessarily be the way that I raise my kids, but can I now raise my kid in a way that I appreciate the gift that you have given me after everything, you know? So now I prayed, guys. I get messages from people every day saying, you know how I like posting Timuluko stories on my WhatsApp statuses. And people are always like, yo, you know, the way you raise her. And I'm like, guys, I did not wake up and became a mother. I prayed for it and I said, I want to be ready the day she comes here. And I know that because it's my first time, I'm not going to know everything. But can I just give her all the love that I have? Because I'm the one that asked for her. I get her, and she was chilling kai somewhere, relaxing, and on her birthday suit, I've decided to bring her now in this world and make her suffer. So I must make sure, Hori, waiting, there's no suffering in her life. There is no needing of anything. I need to cover each and every single end, from providing material to security to care to love to protection, guys, everything. So I literally had to pray till the last day, and I was booked for a natural death, Mara. I went and I booked myself for a Caesar, so that, you know, on this day it is done. And from a certain time to that last day, I started a fasting prayer type of vibe, and yeah, that's what I did.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that account, subs. Leroy, you wanted to speak?
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's fine,
all
sure,
right.
subs, you know, like you're doing a great job, fam.
Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. So, just a simple apology to those people who came in and were not figuring out what we were talking about. You know, Anonymous was just something, and we just had this conversation going. But you don't need to worry anymore. We are moving into another segment, Talk to Me in Toana, where we will now, you will know exactly what we're on about. I think we were just yeah, dealing with this thing of people having kids rough, you know, just rough. It's just not, yeah. But in any case, I think I saw a comment here I just wanted to comment on last time. The vegan physicist, some people don't believe in any religion, so that form of reasoning does not hold, and I agree with you. But I have also a view that whether you believe in gravity or not does not change the fact that gravity is there, and it will show you its effect. And you know, it's one of those things. If you really want to avoid gravity, jump over the house and let's see. People, yeah, we just because you don't believe in something does not now release you from logically thinking of things. You have people who don't believe in God or anything. I just forgot their names. I don't want the atheist one, but all of these people, but they're able to reason and say that to this extent, I don't know, and it does not make sense how certain things happen, and that's it, and be okay with not knowing. But now, if you're going to do certain things that have consequences, and then you're just going to push it on a thing that you don't believe, it's okay, go back. Nonetheless, we can close the Ask a Man section, and we are going to our very own segment, Talk to Me Ntwana, where we're going to have beautiful conversations. Today is Tuesday. Precious has a name for it that I'm planning to change. I'm just waiting to get the right name for it. But let's address a couple of things. I had a question this morning that I was hoping you guys can help me go into it, and we get answers. Today is a little bit on relationships, but the positive side of things. Which one is more important when you're in a relationship with someone? Is it the number of years that you have been with this person, or it is the quality of experiences that you have had with this person? And I implore you to please take a moment and think about it. Is it about the number of years that you're with a person, or is it about the quality of experiences that you've had with the person that either convinces you to continue, that keeps you there, that is reason enough for you to be in a relationship, whether it's marriage or whatever the case may be? What is it for you? And this question came also from the backdrop of having celebrated my fifth year anniversary on, was it Friday or Saturday? I believe it was Friday. And it's these type of questions that are getting to my head to then say, how do we look at these things? And let me put it to you guys. Think about it. Whoever wants to go first. Oh, let's start. Sis Noms, even though networky, no teka. Thank you for the congratulations. And I've noted I'm going to change the background, Tandeka. Thanks for the reminder. Sis Noms, do you want to go through?
Yes. I mean, it will always be the evidence of how life was lived by the person.
Sis Noms?
I think quite because yes.
We are kind of like struggling go go utlwa nyana. Like, just come closer to your mic nyana, please.
Oh, okay.
There
Okay,
we go.
now?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, now I'm better. Okay. I think for me, use evidence, man. Use evidence. I don't think it even matters how I feel about a person. I think the evidence for me is how we have lived life. Yes, let me tell you, there's a delulu that I've noticed about Precious, and it's a beautiful thing. You know, Precious will refer to umuntu wakhe as ubaba and stuff. And someone who's been in a relationship for 15 years will say, it's because she has not lived or been with him for some time. But let me tell you, there might be so much quality there that it will even enhance more life on you than me, who's been with a person for decades and wearing a rusted ring and claiming that Tina, we have been veterans in this thing, and our Precious 1 year or 6 months into this thing, ubaba this, ubaba that. She's very delusional. It's a beautiful thing because something beautiful is happening, and someone will say, it has not been long. We've got long relationships that are suffering countless strokes, and let me tell you, they are not going anywhere because both are bitter, both are suffering, because every time you look at a person, you are like, can I be a widow? Assembly, can I be a widow? Because divorce is not an option anyway. I guess that's why I'm still here. So, I forget the years. That is why I support women and men who are going to divorce multiple times, saying, I went there, it did not work out. Don't stay because you want to count years and count the number of side chicks that fell and you are still there, or count the number of things you've brought together. For me, it does not matter. Like, it does not matter, because at the end of the day, there's no quality of life for us who stay in things that don't make sense. There's no quality of life. I'm telling you, there's so much misery there. There's so much misery there. And if you find yourself 10 years later and you look at a person and you ask yourself, do I want to be with you 10 years, another 10 years, and you are like, actually, it's like I can cleanse myself off of you. Like, that's misery. That's misery. Be like Precious. Like, celebrate. Be in that ubaba moment. Like, like copy and paste from Precious. That the Lulu will carry you, because it's pure happiness. I've seen it. As for years, continue counting, guys. I hope you take the right medication, because some of you, those rusted rings, 3 steps, but it's okay. It's okay. Copy and paste from Precious Banawis. It will work.
Thank you so much, sis Noms. And maybe we'll send a prescription and medication in there, because much appreciated. Mrs. Tusi, or Maya Tusi, how are you? Come through if you don't mind.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Well, for me, I will have to definitely agree, Sis Nomsa. Forget the years. Years don't mean anything. You can be with somebody for I don't know how many years, but that doesn't really speak much. It's honestly about Ruti. How do you feel when you're with somebody? I'll make an example. There are scenarios where maybe the time is cooler, would hear Guti, maybe Ubaba Gasibanbani has left the family, Mama Gasibanbani, and decided, and for example, maybe bewahlala endlini eshap egrand, but ubaba decided ukuthi ahamba bahlala emkhukhwini noma msibanibani somewhere, abakhohlwe. So we have to ask ourselves ukuthi loyo baba loyo or whoever uboneni lapha emkhukhwini ukuthi aza ashiye i-8 room yakhe 16 years ahamba ayokuhlala kuphi emkhukhwini somewhere noma msibanibani. So I don't really have much to say, but honestly for me it has to be how the person, it's experience over years. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Are you done speaking?
Yes, I'm done speaking.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my Tusi. Much appreciated. I'm just gonna throw in a question, so everyone else is going to add on to it. Do answer this question. How do we then reconcile the issue of years? That we can't also be naive to the fact that once you have spent 20 years with someone, and because 20 years can fly very easily, when you have spent 20 years with someone, how do you shake the feeling of that's a lost investment? That if you leave now, you've lost or you've wasted 20 years. How would you even recover those years? And because these are genuine feelings that we are going to experience. So as you're answering there, please weigh in on that one. Keep a precious or was okay?
No, you can never skip me. It's my favorite topic.
Come through, Kay.
It's my time to shine. Okay. So, for me personally, my prerogative in my relationship is for Ubaba to be happy. And I know it's like, I'm saying it so simply, and it's probably like, oh, what does she mean? But literally, my prerogative is just for him to be happy and have joy, and enjoy the relationship in the same capacity that I enjoy our relationship. So in answering your original question, I would say for me, I think it's an element of both time and the quality of the experience. I think time speaks to your ability to go through seasons with someone, and I think that's so beautiful. And I think quality speaks to the type of experience that we're having together. So I do this thing. So my anniversary is coming up in March, and I do this thing called like a relationship review. And in that relationship review, I ask him directly, like, are you happy? Like, are you happy in this relationship? Are you happy with me? How can I love you better? What am I not doing right? What is it that you want me to do better? Like, what are the things that I do that fill your love tank? What are the things that I do that don't fill your love tank? Do you have grudges that we need to get through? Like, Jay, I just want him to be happy. I want him to look at the clock and it's 5 o'clock and he's like, yo, I can't wait to go back to Precious, or I can't wait to meet up with Precious. Because I genuinely want him to have the best relationship that, you know, he's ever been in, because I'm having a good time. So I equally want him to have a good time. So for me, whether we had been together for 5 minutes, 5 months, or 5 years, I just want that man to have a good time. And I want him to just enjoy himself, because look, I'm the prize in some instances, but that man is a good man, Savannah. And because of him being a good man, I equally want to be good to him, right? So for me, definitely the quality, because it doesn't like when I do something wrong in my relationship, I make it a duty to not do it again, because hey, umntana abantu man angifuni ukuthi afile ngasi yabo nje uyabekezela or uyancenga, or he's not respected, or he's not honored. Like when we're having like a feedback after an argument, I'm always like, okay, how am I going to make sure that next time I don't do this? How am I going to make sure that I don't offend him this way? And so much, I'm like a list person. I will make a list again, Minashana. I will write, T does not like this, T likes this. I'm just that type of person. I like to write things down. So I refer to those things every now and again so that I can remind myself to be an active participant in our relationship, right? So that he also has a good experience. And also, I think it's also like that thing, you love a person the way that they want to be loved. Because I could be thinking, cooking this man filet mignon every day is filling his love tank. And actually, he just want to play PlayStation. Like, he doesn't care if we're having butter and peanut butter. He just wants to play PlayStation. So you see, I'm doing all these things thinking I'm filling his love tank, and he's suffering. So for me, definitely always asking, am I loving you the right way? If not, how can I do better? And similarly to him, right? So yeah. And then how do we justify theirs? I don't know. I'm those people who think divorce is failure, like particularly my own divorce, if it ever happened, or breakup. I would feel like I failed. I would feel like I did not fulfill the thing which I set out to do. Because I'd like to imagine when we get married, we both intend to get married once. And it should anything happen that now we're not married anymore, and I'm the type to make it work. Like, if he's not beating me and if he's not cheating on me, it's fixable. Like, those are the only two things I think I need Jesus and the 24 elders to really help me. But anything else, why it's fixable. If he's not, it's really fixable. And that's just my vibe. Like, we can fix it. We can talk about it. We can see a therapist. We can pray. We can fast. We can fix it, right? I'm always ready to just fix it. So I think for me, I would see it as a failure. I know that there are people who don't, and they're like, oh, but there's a lesson that you've learned and you are a different person and you've gained. But for me, why are we breaking up? Can we, like, let's work on it and fix it, you know? Anyway, I could talk about this the whole day. That's my input. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Precious. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Yes.
So if he's a narcissist, I got to now justified. It can never be my portion. Son, Ubaba would not be Baba if he was a narcissist. So Ubaba is now thrown out. Can't be Baba. Are you sure he didn't meet the qualifying criteria? There's a qualifying criteria. And if Baba does not meet it, he can't be Baba. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Precious. I'm going to ask people who have spoken. Ngati, we have a number of requests coming, so I'm going to ask those who have spoken. Let's give space for those who are coming up so that we can have a nice flow. You know, we just circulate like this. And while I add the other people, Ndadali, come through, baby.
For the Precious, she wrapped it up so beautifully, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I remember this as in like working majority a decision. So you decide here, you've been given the papers so the reviews English. So now valuing years over working the quality really doesn't make sense to me here because now bruh okay, like me personally now my top three things like okay, number one, mutual respect. Okay, sharp. As like meaning that like whatever you like, your dislikes, Leo is gonna respect them, leave you as a person. So now that should be reciprocated. Sharp. Two, you must have a great sense of humor. Yeah, because now, like, but again, just like me, I like as in like funny stupid things, you know. So if you can't share memes here and then you're like, oh my god, like when I like it's marine, as in like when I like when I like you're so stupid, I'm like, hey, it's getting fine, it's fine, because now, like, okay, like okay, like meaning that me and you, like we can't laugh together now. You see, sharp. And then number three, let's be realistically like logical like about things. So meaning that we can't be working like joling for like years. Kumari, the first 2 minutes we literally don't click. As in like that is not realistic. Clar nje fela. You know? So Kumari, like let's actually like show each other respect, like let's as in like click first, let's be as in realistic because now like you see how Precious said okay, there's gonna be the review actually because now as in like rotera hola rotera change rotle so now things are bound to change. So now, do you still want to be here? Because now we are here now. Okay, cool. Sharp. Okay, like Leroy is willing to actually like change here and here and here and here and here and here. Barking like hore sharp. Awan. So now those three things, clear. You feel them within the first 2 minutes. Bye bye. Wait again. Or no, like we've been together for 50 years. I have to like, I need to say it. Sorry, guys. Oh my god. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Oh god, I'm so sorry. But then yeah, man, let's respect each other and I have like let's laugh and I have like let's be realistic. You're not there. Boy, bye. Bonus sister, bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Surely I can't be the only one who would like the vegan physicist to get onto the panel. So vegan physicist, do us the honors, please. Oslarato, how are you?
Hi, everyone.
Oh, sharp.
Sharp, sharp.
Top tops.
Actually, abantu abakhulumile before have said a mouthful, Shem. I really think what they say resonates with me as well. But to add to lokho abasabakhulumile, of which was like very, very well spoken, ukuthi I think in most cases people bakhetha ama-relationships based on the quality of life abayiphilile, things that they think they deserve. Because for the fact that if you are a human being, uphila nje under normal circumstances, you wouldn't stab yourself. That is why nongabukela something gruesome as someone stabbing someone else, yak traumatized because it's something that you wouldn't now uzenze yona.
Okay.
So the level of disrespect or the level of or the quality or the lack of quality that you receive good relationship matches the level of how much you disrespect yourself. So if you allow things to happen to you, it means that these are things that you allow to happen now as the end of, but like to yourself. Everything that you don't allow, the fact that you can see job issues like abuse and be like, never, I'll never tolerate that. It means there's a tolerance to everything. So other people find high tolerance for emasimba nje. Oh, sorry, high tolerance here isn't right, and
Yeah.
that's the unfortunate thing. That is why other people, even when it comes to drugs, even when it comes to isn't this analysts, they just have high tolerances, which is unfortunate because sometimes they end up bahlala kuma relationship very long, and now babuza ama results okhona, they don't. There's nothing they can show you as a result, which is hlela because of 1, 2, 3. And then you find people that have a shorter tolerance, which are those are people that can then maybe end things quickly. But if you can follow those people around, they end things quickly in every, like it's mostly, but it's their nature. It's not like they end things quickly, good relationship 2 months in because the relationship is uncomfortable. No, you'll find they fight with their families easily, they're outspoken, they're black sheep of the family, they're all of those things because very nonsense in any form is not tolerable. So sometimes it's easy to judge from outside, be like, le ntombazana izithandi, uhleli lapha kule mfana lo. It's because in nature yakhe allows that. She's like that by nature, or he's like that by nature. Une-tolerance high for discomfort. Yeah, that's point number 1. But the reason, another thing is when you are in a relationship, some other people, they get into relationships ready for relationships. When you get into a relationship and you find a good person and you are ready for a relationship, things just fall into place nicely. But if sometimes bowuxoxa nomuntu yena abekule level wena mhlawumbe yena sekakubona as a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but when you're not there, then it's also another unfortunate thing. Bese kunabantu who are not confident enough to say, even as much as this is kumnandi, but this is not what I want. I don't want this to go further. Then they still allow it bese bahethana in the long term or in short term, in fact. So my point is equality in relationship is very important. It's very, very important, far more longevity, length yayo, because length yayo futhi is not even dependent on us. Ungafa nakusasa, like it's not. Yeah, length relationship is irrelevant. No, it is. Let me not say it's irrelevant, but what I'm saying is it's not even in your control how much time you have in Ubuntu. That's not in your control. But the quality, you can make it ibe memorable, ibe beautiful, good so that you have with the person.
Yeah.
So what I want people to always look into, I think, is the level of disrespect that you allow yourself, that you do to yourself, the disservice that you do to yourself. If ukhona ukuthi uvuke ekuseni and stay in maybe awufu cleaner, uhlala ugeze till 12, there's noma ungathola a beautiful relationship enhle enjani uzoyimosha vele. There's because awuzirespecti wena. So most of the time ama relationship work yabo precious ukhuluma confident kanjani, precious uyazithanda. Mangamtshela manje wambuza about domestic violence, he's probably going to be like never. Mangambuza about manje makangak abo never bonke labo konke lokhu negative. Why? Because uzithanda yena. These are things standard lesa sirezako is standard afuna ukusibona yena as experience. But you cannot expect ukuthi mina I must come to you and raise the standard for you. If we start dating now, you will have to show me ukuthi mina a level of respect, more than anything, respect, plain. This is what I want. And this is one thing that I will not settle for. Even if umuntu bangathi unemali, even if Yeah, but let's put aside ukuthi maybe poor and mali. That's not even a relationship. That's like an arrangement or a situationship. If we're talking about a normal relationship where people are just in a similar level, if they're a varsity student, they both are. If they're working class, they are both just working. As fun bring ama situation, create situationships, but not relationships. Because it's fun buti. Manje, what if unemali? What if if uyazithanda wena, you're not gonna tolerate anything that does not serve you well. Mara if awuzithandi, that is why say right with more ukhule ekhaya whereby uyahlukunyezwa, because it teaches you ukuthi this is what I must expect from people outside. And you will lower yourself, you lower your standard until ufika ngaphandle and you find someone who's kind, who is gentle, who doesn't shout. Then you call uyakubhora ngoba umfana onjani uyangibhora mina azosiphansi kakhulu. I promise you, you do hear those weird things when people say mina angimkhondo but usoft. Yazi no, ufuna umuntu rough because ufuna lento ayibone kibo or umalumakho ubana yenza kube ngathi no, or itakhula ngaye ekasi yabona bakabona these guys abagcwala emakhoneni bayenza into ezisnacks mhlawumbe mawukhuluma mawudlula bayakumemeza, that's your norm. So when you find a gentle soul, so uyaqala ubona ngathi no, this doesn't resonate with you because he's too gentle, he's too kind, uyabona, but it's maybe because it's not awuna reference yayo awuyazi, uyabona. The only time uzoyithatha it's something, unless it's something you were longing for. That is why I'm saying you only take things that you also in your heart you long for. If omunye umuntu can grow in that toxic kaya at home, but makafika ngaphandle and find someone who gentle and ahlangane naye because inhlizweni yakhe yena, that's what she wanted, that's what she needed, that's what. So you really have to go deep down inside you and see what is it that I need. Lezo ukuthi mina masihlangana one day mina ngachatha nawe manje, I can make you believe ukuthi I'm the one chatting go on the internet. I can chat, because sometimes you just flowing, sometimes ngithola good mood, like good mood very yankithi ngikhuluma, you know, nawe nje mawuphendula siyaflowa, maybe in that or kule topic le besikhuluma ngayo we just on that same inclination nje. It doesn't mean ukuthi when it comes to life and life issues sizohambisana, yabo. So yeah, so guys, quality but self-love. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I forget to Lerato unalebu precious tendencies, so ke tlo kenya sekolo hanyane sa nako. Thank you so much, Lerato. Much appreciated. Let's go to Rose.
The advice that Precious gave ne ngiyazi into izothathwa nalabo baku ama-psycho relationships, labo baku ama-relationship abusive. This is why we have the circle of in the ask a man every day. It's because these people tata lama good advices, then they use it in their abusive relationships. Guys, it's high time, like Precious said, to sit down with your relationship. Uzibuze ukuthi all these things that I'm doing, are they benefiting kwamampela? Am I investing kwamampela? Like for example, kuna ma pyramid scheme. You can say you are investing, kanti pyramid scheme. Tata lapho mawuthi hey, 20 years gone. Hauna nix, hauna ngisho kwa 1 rand. I understand the investing part. Yes, invest, but are you investing in the rightful place? Ipo lapho zothola ukuthi uyabheka, how kanti I've been in this relationship for the past in the 25 years, but unani in the relationship? Guys, if kunento possible, it's okay. We are selfish with ourselves. We don't care about love. It says it no main. But can we care about these kids? Have you ever noticed with the late generation, wise kanjani? Labantu, you can say you are hiding things, but they know them. You can say ukuthi ungishayele ekamereni, uyazi ukuthi bayalungisa lapha ekamereni. Those are the things that you don't know. Listen to the chats that Lama reality show of these kids. Uzoto ati, Mom, I used to hear you cry when you're in the room with the ubaba. And you think these kids are not listening. I'm not saying good. I'm a good relationships are corner. and you wait patiently for it. When I'm saying waiting patiently, I'm not saying it's going to happen now. Maybe it's going to happen after 10 years. It's okay to wait for that relationship. Yes, kunzima ukuba, like you were saying, kunzima ukuba in a single parent. Kunzima also to be single. Kunzima also to find yourself not married in this generation. But ask yourself, who are you? Are you just going to settle for nothing just because you are counting years? Count something. Imali musi siyayicabangela ukuthi mawuthi ufuna ukuinvesta into something uyayibheka iprofit kule relationship why ungabheki iprofit yakho ubhizi lapho uthi hey yazi mina ngizobekezela. I'm not saying ukuthi I'm against ubekezela. Bekezela ne ubenefit ukubekezela kwakhona. Ungabekezeli nje uceda lapho uyazi funny part about this thing. Ubenefit iBP, udepression, anxiety, sugar. And you know the painful part? There are kids that are growing up without parents because of these things. That is a mental health like nothing. Busy labo said, I'm counting years. I've been in this relationship for 25 years. Okay, continue counting. Yes, I get so frustrated, guys. You know how painful it is to live without a mother. Now, mama, busy labo yabekezela ukuthi mina for bantwana bami. It's so difficult. So let's think for these kids. More bekezela. Won't I have BP in begezeling, which I'm doing right now? If you're saying begezeling and there's no BP, it's okay, I understand. Begezela. But if you begezela with BP, because you are selfish. You don't know how painful it is to live without a parent. I was. Because if you know the painful part, uzothi mane ngibe usingle parent, ngihlale nomntanami, ngibe happy nomntanami. Let's stop accepting the fear. I'm counting years. Count the years with benefit. Kuna pyramid scheme. You can lose your years. Ubhekile nje. Let's see. Awuhlale phansi ne relationship. Le part ukhuluma no Precious. Yes. Awuhlale phansi uyibheke nje u-account. Hawu emsebenzini sine stock taking. Kuphi. Hawu uzwe Shoprite bathi close, they're doing stock taking, but in your relationship you don't want to do stock taking. Guys, masihlaleni kancane kunzima konke, but let's choose which one do you want.
Stock taking, Bagit. Stock taking. Can we take stock? Wow, thank you so much for you guys always bringing fire. Always bringing fire. Mpo, come through, Sisi. No fear, no call. I'm here. If you need backup, I'm here. Magaso Swab. Go ahead.
I am seriously rethinking coming up here, but I'm here anyway, so I will just ruffle up some things.
Let's go.
Good afternoon,
How are you?
everybody. I hope you're all good. To answer what the question at hand, quality over time or time over quality, always it's quality over quantity. That's it. Easy as that. It's always quality over quantity. The amount of time doesn't matter if what you were going through was just BS Monday to Monday. It doesn't matter. So quality of it, the healthier it is, the better. So that's not what I came up here for, actually. I came up here because there's a trending video there by Twitter, and it's actually from here on TikTok, of this lady who has a calm and peaceful, gentle demeanor towards her boyfriend, and men applauding how gentle she is, how peaceful she is. Are we good?
We're good. Sorry about that. Forgot to go on airplane mode. Continue.
Okay, so women,
You guys
most
can still hear Popo. You can hear us, all right? Good.
okay,
Continue, Popo.
so
Sorry.
no, it's okay. The women, well, some women are saying, a woman's gentleness in a relationship or towards her partner or whatever.
Serge. Sorry, I said no, man. So
Yeah.
the women are saying that a woman's gentleness is a result of how well her man treats her. So I was not gonna be speaking about this, nay, but I saw comments here when Precious was speaking about how she navigates her relationship and all of that, and people are saying we hope that the same is being returned to you. And fair, that's fair. But my thing is, women, why can't we just be um good people with good hearts, gentle, submitting when needed, without somebody else? Like, why aren't we good people? Why do you have? Why does somebody have to do something for us to express our femininity? Like, it has been mind-boggling to me. I saw this video last night and the comments, and I was like, why must the man treat you good for you to be a good person? Because my thing is, if you see that this person is bad, right, leave them. Don't stop being a good person. Don't stop being a good um woman just because somebody is not treating you right. If they're not treating you okay, leave. It's as simple as that. Why must you change who you are because somebody is doing this? I I don't get it. Like, it has, maybe I'm too young to understand, and I hope the ladies will somewhat clear or clarify this for me, but I don't get it. I don't get how somebody has to do something in order for me to say, okay, now it's time for me to be gentle. How does that happen? How does it happen? Being good
Wow.
and submitting will be on different level. Subs, I get it. I get it. We say, no, for a woman to submit, they have to be submitting to something. Why are you in a position to be wanting to submit to something in the first place? If you see that this person is not worth submitting to, why are you with them? Why are you waiting for them to do something for you to submit to? I don't get it. And I see Lerato has her hand up, so maybe she will explain it for me.
All right, but before Lerato come through, hopefully, please write your comment down, Lerato, so that you don't forget. But physicist has been here waiting long, and Nubilo Horuti Loko spanning. So let's give them an opportunity, because I genuinely asked them to come onto the panel. How are you there,
Hi, I was
physicist?
I was about to say you guys got me out of the office. I'm literally chilling outside.
This is
No,
normal behavior for our people.
it's
Continue.
addictive. So okay, I'll start with the question, and then I'm gonna add something on what Mpo said.
Okay.
So yeah, like number of years versus quality. You can't. I don't think these two coexist, if I can put it like that. You can't have this or the other. It's just a
Okay.
matter of, if say it's 1 year, 2 years, whatever. Now then the question of the quality comes in. And what
Mhm.
I've realized is that I think I made a funny what is this comment saying Uguti, most of the times it's just Jolo, and then we get married. There's certain things that Precious touched on, and I think these are very important discussions that we should be having in our relationships,
Mhm.
because then that determines the kind of people we are. And the reason why I think time also matters, it's because, say we met when we're doing first year at university. By the time I'm probably doing my post grad or I'm working or something, I am changing continuously, right? There's certain things I liked before that I'm aspiring for different things. I'm a different person, and so are you. And within me growing as myself, the relationship also has to gravitate towards where we are going. So that also determines how are we then, um, you know, uh relationshiping together. How do we communicate? Are we still aligned? you know. That's why I think time is also an important factor. And also, throughout this, I'll make an example with myself. For the past 3 years, I've lost two of my sisters. I lost my granny, I lost my grandfather. That has changed me completely, how I navigate through life, how I see certain things, how I want to move going forward. And for somebody else that might not make sense because those are changing. You understand? Because this is not the person that they initially met, or they thought I was going to go a certain direction. So it's important to sometimes to go through like tough times with someone, not necessarily because of Jolela, but like life will throw, grenades on you. And when you have a partner with whom you're able to navigate these things through, it also makes the relationship a little bit stronger. So I think time is a very much important factor. And you also want to see your person of Uti. When this person is on their low, how do they navigate? Ingathi kanti umuntu just suddenly maybe grabs a bottle of alcohol. The next thing you've got an alcoholic at home. And some of these things unfortunately take time. First 2-3 years of a relationship, it's really nice because you guys are getting to know each other and everything else like that. And then after that, life starts, becoming real. So you need both of these, but at the same time, we also need not to run away from having important discussions. Because I know, some of my friends and family members, it's like we're waiting for marriage to discuss finances. I don't understand. If you guys want to get married and you're having such conversations, if you are, why don't you know how this person manages their finances? How do you guys want to raise kids? If you want to have, do you guys even want to have children? um Religion. So certain important conversations are important to have while you guys are still, because I think for me a relationship, that's the whole role of a relationship, right? And then that's my idea. You need both of this, right? And that's what determines how you relate with the person. Now Umpo said something. Oh my gosh, she said something about if okay, so you don't need to change you don't need to be a bad person or something like that if somebody's not treating you well. I also want to understand that sometimes I could be genuinely a good person, good woman, a good girlfriend or whatever, and then you meet somebody who's horrible. This can destroy your self-esteem, destroy you emotionally, and you change. Not I don't think sometimes this thing happens ukuthi ngizochinja because you know what, this person didn't treat me right, therefore I'm also going to start treating people terrible, or my next partner terrible. I think sometimes it's because of what the experience that you went through that has changed you, when maybe you don't even know that now you are suddenly this terrible person because of what happened before. So ezinye izinto that we go through, terrible things that we go through, well, it's not as it's easier said than done. Honestly speaking, it's easy for you to say, "Good, if somebody is not treating you well, walk away." Remember, some people are in emotional abusive relationships. How do you prove emotional abuse? So it's not always, I know someone personally. They've been with their partner for more than a decade now, right? On picture, you would think let's say in couple goals or whatever. But if you sit down and speak to that person, you would be surprised. And she's a genuine, she does everything. Like at times I'm just like, that can never be me. I'm sorry. Like, if she could lick his toes, she would do that. She literally does everything. She's what I would aspire to be for someone's wife. But the guy is just terrible and it's destroying her, and she doesn't even see that it's destroying her. Because I always wonder if God forbid, but if something would happen, they split and she moves on, will she still be that person? I doubt. So sometimes it's not that you are aware ukuthi this horrible situation you're in is changing you. Omunye umuntu uzohlangana naye athi that person was horrible. Why can't you submit? Why can't you do? I can't because of what happened before. You don't know my story. You don't know I sound like this mad black woman or whatever the case may be. You don't know my story. So it's not always easy. But I'm going to end here. Then I'm going to sit at the back and listen because I have code to run.
All right,
Thank
not a
you so
problem.
much.
Thank you so much for coming through. We really appreciate your comments, and I think people will also weigh in on that. Let's go to Makadzi and then we'll go to Lerato back. All right, Makadzi, what I mean? Makadzi, you're still mute.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
This
Mama.
is good. I'm in the car. Can you hear me clearly?
Very clear.
I think before we actually when we start on this topic, I actually want to tell you a funny story. My husband's gonna kill me for telling you the story, but since we are talking about
We'll
quality
protect you.
over quantity, when I met
Yes.
my husband, my husband had actually had a girlfriend that he had had for 15 years since high school. Like one of those, they were together on and off, those type of relationships. And I literally met him a week after they decided, you know what, let's just take a break, think about things and whatever. And literally, he met me a week later, and I think about a month into us getting to know each other and so forth. Obviously, homegirl was like, "Hey, what's going on? This person is not really checking up on me, whatnot." And he posted me while, like, he took me like on a whole vacation and whatnot. And so when she saw that obviously we are on vacation, she starts phoning and phoning and phoning. And honestly, at that moment, I'll tell you, I actually looked at him and I was like, you know what? If you have this situation and you want to go back to it and try it out, you've been together for a long time, go back, you know? And he actually looked at me, and, to actually convince me that he actually looked at me and said, you know what? I've tried this relationship for 5 times. What am I going back to try the sixth time for? Like, what am I going back for? And obviously then, women are then all of a sudden I'm the one getting harassed and so forth. And when he proposed like 4 months later, and I think that's when she had a complete mental breakdown because she couldn't understand, 15 years back and forth with someone, and then 4 months into a new relationship, he was finished. So I think those are the type of things. And I remember I even asked him, and I said, "Why did you make that decision?" Because I could have just turned out to be something else. And he was like, "You were just such a nice and kind person to me, and that's all I needed. That was enough." Didn't say it's because you work here, you do this, just being good to someone, being kind. And he was just like, I'd actually never experienced someone who was just kind to me, just Jay, for no reason. And I think one thing as well, and that I want to touch on as well, Name, and I think I also have that precious Dululu in me. People will always look at me and say, "Hey, when we're here, you don't even like my husband. Even if we're at a family gathering or whatever, my husband doesn't even need to stand up and wash his hands. I'll go up there, get a dish, and he will wash it. And then I'll bring him a towel and everything. And all the wives who's been with their husbands for like 10 whatever years, they're like, yo, as you do too much and whatever. And I'm like, I do it because you have no idea how much this man loves me. Like, sometimes you don't understand why women go over and above for their men. You don't know the type of love that these men give to us that we're like, wow. Or someone will just come on wait till he shows you his true colors. What? That's why I don't even discuss my marriage, whatever. Someone will call you, oh, how is your man? How's you guys doing? And you're like, oh, we're so happy. But yeah, just wait. Like people are just so like they're just waiting. They sit and they watch you, and sometimes it's like they're just waiting for the shoe to drop so that you are also sitting with them crying and having a miserable time in your marriage. And I just look at them, I'm like, if you're having such a bad time, leave. Like, don't come to me with that energy. And I'm always very particular about it. Like, I don't hang around women in unhappy marriages. I don't hang around people in bad relationships. I don't want any of that energy in my home, in my space. And I always protect my space and my husband's space. And people will always say, oh, you guys, don't you get sick of each other? You work from home, both of you. What? No, we love each other. We love spending time together. He's actually my best friend. Like, we don't do anything separately. When he wants to go watch a soccer match, he'll be like, hey, when I put on some sneakers, let's go watch soccer. When I watch my silly reality shows, he's sitting there with me, and we just have a great time together. And even like, I know Lyra is like, hey, we're not housewife. The reason why I actually even stopped working, what happened was, my husband just had to hear someone disrespect me on a Teams meeting. And he was like, no ways, not my wife. You are not going to wake up and have other people's husbands talking to you in this manner. He was like, send a notice. Let's move on. And that was that. Like, he was just like, I'll make a plan. We've got this. And I will make sure that the income that you're bringing here, I will replace it. And that's exactly what he did. He just said, go find your hobbies, go do what you like, have a great time. And that's why I'm like, you expect me to make this man cook for himself? You expect me to not give this man food on a plate, on a whole tray? You expect me, what? When he needs his nails cut, I'll cut them for him. How? Why not? Let us be crazy in love. Let us enjoy our people in peace, guys. And I'll always say the quality of your relationship says everything about the two of you. Like every single Sunday, we go out for lunch. We spend like a good 3-4 hours at a restaurant. We discuss our plans. Even at the beginning of the year, we calculate. We literally sit with an Excel spreadsheet. What are we budgeting for this year? What are our goals? And even talking about the things. And especially in some relationships, you see people plan things as individuals, and you're like, hey, well, what is going on here? People are in marriages where you don't even know how much your husband makes. Kanjani? Like it just doesn't even make sense. And I think someone before was actually touching on finances. Now before I even got married to my husband, I was like, "Footing credit score," but I want to see what is going. I'm telling you, those are very important things. You can't be in a relationship with someone where you're scared. Uri, hey, if I ask him this is how your husbands end up with second families. They're supporting, you don't know, and they do all types of funny things. Because how are you in a relationship with someone you're scared to have tough conversations with? That's not even that. It actually shows that you're in a relationship that you are uncomfortable in. So if you can't have tough conversations with your person, like just leave it. You just need to find someone that you are honestly truly, actually that person will actually make you feel comfortable as well, to say, okay, when you also have a problem or you're going through a challenge. I mean, I love all the time when I have friends, how you have a man, but when you need money you're calling me. Kanti, what is your husband doing? Or people will like, it doesn't even make sense, because I'm like, oh no, I don't want to ask him because yeah, he might get angry. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what are you guys building? Oh, hey, my man is going to buy a house, but it's in his name. Kanjan. So you are moving into something, like sometimes you just need to be very wary. And I always say the red flags are always there. We like turning them orange, purple, pinky, all sorts of things. So I'll leave it as that, guys. Quality over, definitely quality over the quantity. Because now, one thing about all my relationships, if I'm not having a good time, I'm leaving. Even before I met my husband when I was 30. I never even dated anybody for more than 6 months, because if it's not a good time here, I'm out. What am I wasting my time for? And people think, oh, it makes them look better in the market when you can say, oh, at least I was here for 2 years, and then after that, then 3 years, whatever. I'm a stable kind of girlfriend. I will not reward for having long-term failed relationships. Even it just shows that when now you can't see when things are not going anywhere. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Woo! Today la Lord, our faith too. You guys are fighting today. What? Yo, yeah. Yeah, no. I don't know. What am I supposed to say after all of this, guys? Heletla ka di fire nje. Liro we lor ki women's conference today. Kure yeah, no, sure. Lerato, I hope you still remember your comment. You wrote it down for Mponyan.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, what I wanted to say was that by nature, as a woman, you are a nurturer. You nurture things. In relationship, you will nurture it. By the virtue of you being in a relationship, it means you're dedicated. Number one, for the fact that you've said yes, you are dedicated to nurture that relationship. But I'm a daughter. They love. You don't love when as much as you just nurture things, but bayathanda. And when a man loves you, it's something else. When a man loves you, you will not question your nurturing. You won't question you nurturing that relationship. That is where the submission and the respect and all of that comes in, because you don't question anything. You are sure, because Lentak Bonsayon is just beyond your belief. It's beautiful. It's amazing. You can't live without, etc. You name it. Those people, these women that are talking here, these are women that are experiencing what I'm trying to explain to you. And then once you find something questionable, now you withdraw. You can't give, but when you withdraw. So when women speak and say, Mina, I want someone who phone orange, otherwise it's because they've learned this from experience. They're not saying nothing can a good relationship. I must be mean and you must be kind, and you know, they're saying because I now know there are men that are cruel. I now know that there are men that don't love women. They don't love themselves. They don't respect women, etc. If I see any sign of that, I leave. So it's a very good standard to put in and put it out there. But if it doesn't get to that level, I don't want it. and you really must be stand because men are like that. If you want data umuntu waseNazaretha manje athi kuwe ngicela ungafaka amabhruku, he's gonna stand on it, stand his ground. You will change. It's either that or humble. You must be like that now as a woman in your relationship. It's either this or you are leaving. Don't nurture in nonsense. Don't nurture in dot matlakala. Don't do that. So what I'm saying is, by nature you are a nurturer. Uzohlala vele, and everything mawunayo and you nurture it. And if it's nurtured beautifully by a woman that is in love, it blossoms, it grows. Because now whatever that you're doing for him, now you're a hand. Men love to be nurtured. They like to be pampered. They're like kids. They're like that. Well, as fun as it is fun now from each other. Mara, it cannot be one way. So in as much as these women that you hear saying XYZ, these men are also demanding XYZ from women. The challenge comes in when women demand things a man cannot do. Like, for example, if you're unemployed and women are saying, we want, and rightfully so, I want a provider. That's a woman saying that to you. I want someone who can provide. And because by nature, with Vele as a man, now pride is in you providing. It hits hard. And other men retaliate. Other men, they look for jobs. Other men they do bad things because they are retaliating for the fact that they really can't reach the standard that women they aspire to be with want. Vice versa with women. There are women that don't want to be prostitutes. They also wanted to be nurturers and find love and do all of those things. But unfortunately, life threw them. They do meet men that are all those things. They do. But it hurts because they can't live that life. And they see other women live it. That is why you find other people that are lawyer or benzan, because it hurts when other people live that. You feel like God is unfair on you, whatever. I am not saying it's right. I'm just telling you realities of life. With other people, when they get hurt, are responding well to or unfairness of the world. So when a person says we want things in a certain way, you must actually take that now and learn as a young woman that you are, and understand what for you to enjoy a life, your relationship, is because you need to have your own standards, and those are things that you must not back down. It doesn't matter what 2 years, 5 years, or something as big as whatever. You have to learn to let go. So you don't give beyond what you can survive without. That's all.
Danko, Sis Lorato. Danko. Yeah. You guys are making me happy. You're making me happy. Asake. Welcome. I think I'm seeing you for the first time while I'm hosting. You can unmute and speak. Asake. All right, there we go. You found the unmute. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, and you?
I'm very well. Could you kindly speak closer to the mic a bit? Yes, you can continue speaking.
Bengiphuma ngena ke mna ke, so was busy with something.
Okay.
So ndiyava ukuthetha nge-relationship problems, yabo. And in my experience, mna ke, I've realized that akhono sisabathetha about choosing the right and the wrong partners. But mna, all I want to know is that if uye wadibana nomntu in your early 20s, ne? And then you realize apha ekuhambeni kwexesha, umzekelo mna, I've been married for almost 20 years.
Okay.
Urealize apha ekuhambeni kwexesha ba, no man, you are married to someone who is in the idea of being married but doesn't want to be a husband. Yebo. So you stay there thinking that things will change, but ekuhambeni kwexesha inoba ndizoyirealize apha kwi-40s zam uba no man, this whole marriage was all about him. This whole marriage was never about me. So, and teta a decision again that I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be lonely but married. But people are throwing stones at me that you can't give up in something that you built for almost 20 years. But I'm just not happy anymore. And I don't think I was ever happy. Or I would say, kule 20 years, I've been happy for four years. But I've been a housewife almost for, kule 20 years, I've been a housewife for 15 years. 5 years I was working. But now, I can't regulate my life properly because the only thing I know is to be at home with my kids. And I'm not staying with my kids. He stays with the kids. I'm struggling a bit not to have the family structure, the family system. But what I chose is my mental health. Not being with my kids, it does hit on me, but I do visit them almost every day. I drop them to school, I pick them up. But andifuna uphosisa i-decision yona endiyithathileyo I do not regret. And i-decision endiyithathileyo it's inzima, but I feel ingathi andisenayo ne-brain fog anymore. Andisena doubts about myself. My sense of self-worth is growing. My confidence is growing, but I'm not working. I'm not haven't established anything for myself yet, but I am healing. And I don't know, but I feel at peace being in my own space. I feel at peace not being controlled. I feel at peace not being powered. I got my autonomy back, and I'm about to kickstart. And I do want to say to everyone who feels like living a relationship of 10 years or 5 years, they should focus on themselves. There is nothing wrong to get out of a relationship that doesn't serve you, but only serve the man. And I realize and kuyo yonke le minyaka yena he's been building his career, and it was my choice not to work, but into ebeyikhuthaza. He was putting emphasis on it, but my kids are older now. And I told myself, I'm going to survive. I'm going to make it. If I have to get a job, I'll get a job. If I have to start a business, I'll start a business. And luckily enough for me, the end Atlantic skills, I studied while I'm here. I did short courses. I did my honors degree. So I just need to find myself. So ndimamele a lot from Ompho nabanye abantu. I like the things that they say. Like I'm realizing that women siyabhadla, and we know what we want, and we understand what narcissism is, and we understand what childhood traumas are, and we know that you cannot change a person. You cannot change someone's childhood traumas. You just need to change you. You just need to work around your mental health. You just need to work around yourself, your personality, your character. And then wena ukhona ilede lithethe ngento yokubana apha, even if you get a partner after 10 years, just wait. You don't have to rush into relationship. It's not that when you're not in a relationship, you won't be somebody. It's not that you won't be somebody. You will be. You will be someone. Uzawamba uhambe find yourself, and iminyaka yona yobana ndibe ndikwi-middle 40s zam, it doesn't really matter to me. All that matters is myself. I'm a healthy mother now, and I have a sound mind to take care of my kids, to be around them, not grumpy, and making sure that nabo they know when to leave when they're older. They must know this is not it. Even after 50 years, I have a mentor who left marriage yakhe after 50 years. 50 years. Ngumama omdala, but she realized ukuthi no, I am dying here. I have mental issues. Dine biology, une problems ebegula mani autoimmune diseases. Kanti all along it's the marriage ebekuyo. What decide uphuma? No, ndiyayibaxa. No, it's not 50 years. I think she said 40 years. So this old lady, she's not that old though, but she decided to get out of that marriage. So each and every day we learn to choose ourselves. I think that's all I was going to say.
Yeah. I'm not qualified to say anything as a man. I will give the ladies an opportunity. Come through, Papa.
The things that I said before have been amplified by Uasake and Makazi. They answered my questions without even realizing it. Being a good person is a you thing. It doesn't happen because somebody acts a certain way towards you. Number one. Number two, it's not easy thing. Is a thing that we use. It's an excuse. And I know women are gonna come for me. Guys, I'm sorry. But it's an excuse that we use to stay in relationships, hoping for this man to change. When your mental health is at stake, when your overall health is at stake, when you're not happy, there's no thing, eternally, it's not easy to leave. You were a person before this man came into your life. Hope before this person came into your life. What's not easy about leaving? I have sit with him. Okay, you can co-parent after this man. I have been in this relationship for 15 years. Okay, that's fine. You were a person before this person came into your life 15 years before. It's not easy thing. It's going to kill us women because we allow it. It's not easy to leave. You love this person. You've invested so much. Invest in a person all the things that you are willing to lose because you cannot confirm a person. I can just change up on you tomorrow. It's okay. That's what path they deciding to choose, So please, man, ladies, please, it's 2024. Let us let go of this. It's not easy thing. Because the next thing, you are depressed. You are on antidepressants. You are in mental institutions. Please, man, please. It's not easy. In 2024, let us choose ourselves, please. Thank you, Mr. Sekgothudi.
Thank you so much, Papa. Thank you so much. Yeah. Rosie?
Yeah, konzima emhlabeni mara siyaphila siyaphambili. What I wanted to say, Asaki, what she just said, it's what is happening in the world. When you have taken the decision to say you are leaving, there are always going to be a boy judge. Do you know the funny part? The people that will be judging you are the people that are in the same situation like you, because they're asking them, how can you leave leyo situation? Sebayasaba ukuthi phela sebasale sele bodwa lapho. Guys, we need to understand, especially kulawo bakulawo relationship lawo babonayo ukuthi ayabhetha. Let it be your decision. Ukuthi after the consequences that are going to be there, awakho, and don't blame it on the next person. And masiyeke le ndawo ukuthi umuntu sewuzwa, especially yazi, it's high time seyohlala sibukele lo 157 Moja Love and listen to these stories. When you are listening to them, I'm not saying to try to judge them. What I'm saying, listen to their stories. This will show you we are allowing our past lives control. For example, we are now allowing le ndaba yokuthi we were raised in a broken family control our relationships. Why don't we just date because you are in love? Why don't you start asking yourself, what is the purpose of me being in love with this person? Am I getting what I want from this relationship? If you're not getting what you want in the relationship, it's very painful to step away from the people, but it's fine. Lawa Judge Judy, guys, bazohlezi bakhona abayi ndawo. But what's your decision in the matter of which you are going through? Kusho mina lokho le situation ukuthi abojajudy mawusho ukuthi mina umuntu abheda anginandaba ukuthi sihlangane 1 week ngiyamshiya but umunye hawa, which means wobheda anginandaba nalokho as long I'm doing what I'm happy with. I can't stay in a relationship that I'm not getting anything in the relationship. Not to say that I don't believe in love. I believe in it, but I have not yet found it and I'm waiting for it. Akusho ukuthi umuntu aye ku DM sekasibuza. I'm just saying ukuthi there are processes that you need to pass through for you to get what you want. What if God is preparing you ukuthi for you to understand the next step of your life? Yeah, kunzima, but it's high time we sit down with ourselves nje uzibuze ukuthi me as I am, whether unengane, what do I want for my kids? Do I want my kids to grow up broken just because mina I had a broken family? And sometimes we do these things without even noticing ukuthi nengane zami lezi seziphukile nazo, because when you're trying to say ukuthi I want my kids to stay in with both parents, is it worth it? Is it working when amauti you want them to stay? Let your kids have both parents, but let the parents be the rightful people. Ya kunzima kuba single parent. Yonke into inzima because we are still on the world. But choose your path ukuthi wena ukuphi, uhamba which direction. Yeah, sohlangana phambili.
And thank you very much for that, Sis Roosevelt. Thank you. The ladies are listening. The men in here are also listening. And I hope that people will learn to choose themselves first before everybody else. The vegan, please come through, ma'am.
I just want to ask something because I was just listening to Mrs. Asake, right? And when we speak of walking away, guys, it's not like I'm just walking away from, I think sometimes it's easier to walk away from a friendship than a relationship, right? One, in relationships, like people's relationships are not the same. I'll make an example maybe with myself. I can say for me, it's easier for me to walk away because you know what? Even if I walk away from this, my quality of life will not change, right? Unabantu that if they would leave, maybe their families, they don't even know where are they gonna go. And also, some families do not support someone like a woman coming back from marriage. In Xhosa, there's a thing, a process where before you get married, where kuthiwa uyayalwa. And one of the things that is always being said, they said, emshadweni kuyanyamezela, right? You have to just bekezela through it all, bekezela, right? And it's not, and abanye abantu get in marriages where, for example, Usisaseke mentioned that she was not working for the longest time. If I am working, I've got my own things. I have an option. There are people who don't have options. They have to work a plan, a strategic plan to say, if ngiyahamba manje, ingane, what's gonna happen to the kids? You can't just, I'm just walking. Oh, if they don't have this, check a step on getting out. It's not that easy. So people will stay. And some people, if problems in relationships, it's not something that you see today and you walk away from it today. Some people, it take years for them to realize, Ukuthi, this is not serving me anymore. Some, it takes them a month. Some a year, and they're like, you know what, this is not the marriage that I wanted. After a year, they are out. So it's not always as easy as it seems to be. I can walk away, and I think that you can do it too. But I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what traumas you even have. I can see the problems, but maybe you are not even ready to face those problems. Because it has to first start with you. Are you ready? Are you ready to say there's a issue here? We've tried all trying solutions and we can't find the solutions, therefore I'm ready to move. And that moment for you to make that decision to say, "Good, I'm stepping away from this because it's no longer servicing me." It could be 10 years later, it could be almost a little bit too late. Maybe it has damaged you to the point of, I don't know what, it could have damaged your kids or whatever. But unfortunately, it's not always the case. So everybody is always ready to leave as soon as there's an issue. And some people get in marriages where when there's already problems. You are dating somebody, there's problems, and then you think, "Ukuthi, no, maybe if we get married, this will solve our problems," not knowing ukuthi it's going to intensify the problem. So I don't think relationships are always, black and white. It's either you're at this side or on the other side. There's that line where it's like it's very hard for other people to imagine if you have not been working for 20 years. Where do you begin? Where do you start? So I think we should just also be cautious of how difficult it might be for certain people. And I saw a comment, Ebise Tukuti, men can easily walk away. Not all men, guys, not all. Some stay in abusive relationships for the sake of staying in those relationships. And also we should also think in terms of religion, culture. These things also come into play in terms of how we perceive in marriages and things like that. In some religions, divorce is not allowed. I mean, there was a lady yesterday, she was here on TikTok talking about her experience. She's a Momo, that she even went to the pastor to talk about the problems, and they were told, "Guti, we don't allow divorce here. Women are not allowed to work." So there's different situations or unique situations to each and every person's relationship. And I think we should always keep that at the back of our minds. That it might be easier for you because you have certain options, but not everybody has that privilege of just like, "I'm out," and that's it. Thank you. I'm going back to work now.
Thank you, Vegan. I just want to say something, particularly to you, Vegan. I'm not sure how long you've been with us and in this community, and there are, throughout this journey, there are certain resolutions that we have come to, and because of the issues we're dealing with every single day, and I appreciate where you're coming from, with your perspectives of it's not easy said than done, and all of these. And I want to perhaps even explain the stance that we hold of saying that we need to let go of it is not my apologies. Okay, we are closing at 1. Let's agree on that one. We are closing at 1. My apologies for letting it run for this long. So my thing is, I was still explaining the issue of when we say let go of the thing is difficult or it's not easy, is that in itself that statement does not have a solution. And we try and look at what is the solution and what can we work towards, because the moment we use the line it is not easy, it almost cuts off your legs, for lack of a better word. Beyond that, it's a full stop. There's nothing else you can look beyond. And we've realized that when we say remove it is not easy, and you look at it in a different way, Yaguti, you still choose your easy or you still choose your difficult. So in you saying it is not easy, it is also simultaneously choosing something else, and you need to then be careful of that. And I think with time also you will appreciate, and I would like you to also not to change your mind, but to also see the view at which we are coming at when we say let's get rid of it is not easy. We acknowledge it's a fact, it's not easy, but what now? What do we do? We really appreciate that. So I just wanted to state that a bit. And I think I don't know, guys. We need to end this thing at some time. We know, Kuti, it's good and nice, but we need to end it at some time. Maybe let's pick up on a different day. But sing moshi. Let's give Coach Noni. Thank you so much for coming through. How are you?
I'm great. Yo, guys, it's so nice to be here today. Yo, unfortunately, I came through late because of work, but yo, I'm so glad that I managed to come through. I've really missed you guys. It's really amazing to be here. Thank you so much to everyone. Everything that you guys have said, it's so profound. I'm fade. I wish I could just sit and listen the whole day. What actually made me request was there's a lady who came through and said that she knows someone who was married, I think, for like 40 years, and then they went for a divorce because they were getting sick. So I thought, you know what, as a life coach and as a mental health therapist, I need to come through, because now this is it's touching on my field a lot. So just to reiterate that, relationships have been seen as one of the major causes of stress, and stress causes autoimmune diseases because of inflammation in the body. And unfortunately, you'll never know how that stress is going to affect you. Some people have heart issues. Some people, it's depression. It's more like mental health related, but it doesn't happen like that with everyone. Other people, it actually becomes blood pressure and diabetes. And then other people, it becomes nerves. They have nerve issues where they'll just have nerves that are super painful, and that also leads to strokes. So it might seem like a small thing. It's just jolo. This guy is just stressing me. It's just that, but you don't really know what's really happening, and it can actually lessen your lifespan. That is how serious this can be. So I just wanted to add to that like I think it's really important as ladies, because even with men also do become affected health wise with the stress, relationship stress as well. But for most men, the stress that gets them sick is usually finances, sort of those things. When it comes to relationship, what I have found is, especially if it's still like dating and whatnot, most men can easily cut that off. They cut it off like it's a cancer. They cut it off, and as painful as it is for them, they cut it off. They go through, they speak to their moms, they speak to their brothers and whatnot, and they get the support, and they cut it off, and they move on. So when it comes to us ladies as well, I think I've said this before in the show, and I just want to say it again. Let's build strong support structures, please. And I just want to urge parents, because like with the people that I've been coaching, I've just been seeing young people who are living with their partners. And when I find out what's going on, why aren't you living at home? And it's just like the parents don't support the like you can't have a 22-year-old and you are a mom and you have a job, and your 22-year-old is fending for themselves, and they're just sitting with a matric, and you're not helping them to get NSFAS to study, and they're living with a guy and they have a child with a guy. It's not, I know that they've made that bad decision to have a child and whatnot, but the situation gets even worse when as parents we just step back. So I just also want to speak to, if there's any parents here, please try and support these young kids, and kids, go home. Go, if it's safe at home, please go home, stay with your parents until you are really financially strong to move on your own and to support yourself independently, because that's where sometimes the cracks come in, and then we find ourselves in these toxic
terrible relationships where, like somebody else did say, where it's difficult to leave because now there's also that financial dependency. So please, parents and people that you know, if you know young people, let's advise young people to get education so that they can stand up on their own 2 feet. Yeah, so this show has been really nice. The way that what I also just wanted to share is, yes, living is very, very complicated. Being alive is very complicated. Relationships are very complicated. It's not that simple, but how I've lived my life and how I've been able to really enjoy a beautiful marriage is, I've always told myself that everything that I want is also wanting me, and I can take the actions to either attract what I don't want or to attract what I want. I always like talk to myself as though I'm accountable, I'm responsible, that I'm not just a victim of circumstances. And that really helps me a lot. I think that has played a huge role. And I also tell myself that I am who I choose. So if I don't work on myself and my self-esteem, then chances are it's easy for me to fall for someone who's also not like mentally strong, who's also, I might fall for a narcissist if I don't work on myself. So I am who I choose. So because there's going to be times, especially in a marriage, where I'm going to need my husband to step up. Maybe he might have to be doing the cooking because something is going on with me. There's going to be times where my husband will need me to step up. I might have to be the one doing the driving around, dropping and picking up because whatever he's going through, he's unable. That's why it's always been very important to me, just like I think Precious also said it. It's always been very important to me to choose a good quality partner. A good quality partner. And it wasn't easy. I also struggled when I was dating. I couldn't also stay in a relationship more than 3 months. And if I had stayed in a toxic place, I don't know what would have happened to me. So, just that thing of saying, it's okay, I'd rather be single than to be in a toxic place has really, really helped me. So I'm with my husband now for 7 years, and we have a very beautiful, healthy, balanced relationship. It's not always perfect, but because both of us really work on each other and we hold each other accountable. Yeah, so guys, it's possible to have these beautiful marriages and these beautiful relationships. Thank you, guys.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. We love it. We love it. Love it. Thank you so much, Coach. And that is our resident life coach. She's available. Go to her profile, and you can put a demand on her services. And yeah, guys, for those of you who are crying, Teboho, I've seen your comments. Yo, Sissy, don't cry. Don't cry. We are here every day, weekday, Monday to Friday, 20 past 10. We listen to Ask a Man. And we then have our segment Talk to Me Ntwana at around 11:30, and we go. Usually we end at 12:30 because people need to work. And yes, but then we also save these recordings on YouTube. So search Makoya Rundown on YouTube. You will find these lives there. There's a lot of content for you to consume, a lot of great advisors. So listen, let's just go at it. So, and we will continue. And listen, if you guys agree, we can continue this conversation on Thursday. I hope I'll be able to host on Thursday, but we can continue this conversation and take it further. I know there's a lot to be said, but I can also guarantee you, if you're joining us for the first time, there will be more. These people are not going away. There's just great comments that will always come through, great advice that will always come through. So don't feel like you need to take it all in today. Deal with what you've gotten today, and there's more coming tomorrow and the day after and many days to come. So stick around. We thank you for your participation. We thank you for your for being with us, and being orderly. You know, we don't speak over each other, respect people, disagree with the comment, not with the person. You know, we are there. We are there. We thank you so much, and I thank you. I'm happy. I would have loved to say it a bit more, but I'm happy that we've had this conversation. I was not supposed to host, but I forced to come on because I just felt it in me that we need to have this conversation, and I appreciate you guys for coming on and doing it with me. And let's meet again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your days. And yeah, let's do it. And we'll saved by Makoya this year. I tell you, thank you so much, Rosette. We really hope that someone can be saved. We are not the saviors, but you know, just to be there, just to be supportive. That is the aim. And let's do it again tomorrow. Love you guys. Stay strong. Don't do anything that will land you. Go ask a man. We are trying to do better. We're trying to do better. So goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much, Coach Nani.